Oh yeah. Watch, it'll just be all go mode items in Kakariko Village, and we'll have this done in an hour and 10 minutes. You'll see, Wolf. You'll see. And we're off.
Well, okay. Having some bombs helps in the early game. We can certainly use it to open things up.
Oh yeah, 3 bombs going into Kakariko Village right away. That's nice to have. We have a little bit of divergence here, though. Wadey and Dave's both doing the tree pull 1 guard kill strat here to start out. Also, probably going to grab the 2 items. I doubt they'll go any further into the Hyrule Castle, though.
And we did have a map check. We had missed the specific pendant that Desert Palace was. We know it is a pendant. Uncle has a heart container for us. The chest has just a small piece of it.
Nothing too special yet, other than those bombs. Ooh, look at this. The bush crab's dropping single bombs, so Cassidy is just loaded right now. I think 9 out of 10. That's a great start. He has a way to damage enemies. What is on this ledge? A bottle.
Alright, so Agahnim not likely required, but if we want ultimate safeties, we have to pick it up. Hint, most of our runners do not care about ultimate safeties.
Oh, for sure. Unless, of course, we see something like, the only access to Dark World being through Agahnim. But, who would hope that on any of these runners? I sure wouldn't. Hey, more bombs in the forest.
Unfortunately, Cassidy already has a near full capacity, and so those bombs will not be picked up. Feelies, neither will they, and oh, there's another bottle inside the Lost Woods hideaway.
Yeah, some red goo, and Cassidy immediately saves and quits. Let's see where he's going now. I like this South Shore play right away before heading into CAC, and I mean he just finished up the forest, so it's not that off the wall of a play. I like it a lot.
In the meantime, Days Cloud is taking the southern route. Ooh, sword on the race game. We're going to pick that up.
Nice. Days is going to be the first person to have a legitimate weapon. That's going to help a whole lot. Hey, look at that fire source, the lamp in the the swamp drain. That's fantastic.
Yep, it has many names. Some call it the reservoir, some call it the drain, some call it, well, something that I don't like to use, but it's common enough. I'm looking at Blind's Hut right now. Well, there's a lot of money.
Whole lot of cash, maybe something good in the back. Heart piece.
There are already some folks concerned that with a lamp and a sword this early, we have to take care of Agahnim, but we can't even get into the tower yet. We are still missing either another sword upgrade or the magic cape.
Yeah, the sword and lamp doesn't necessarily mean Agahnim. Maybe they'll find the book and be able to get into desert early on, But
Ooh.
and look at that, there's the boots. I might be right about that.
Well, early boots helps in Mini Moldorm Cave. The library didn't have anything of importance, though, just some money there, while Days Cloud is the first into the Kuko house.
Let's see what the crazy chicken lady has. The mirror, beautiful. It's a weird thing to hide in her attic.
I don't know if that's the attic or just the side area. Don't know how that works in a 2D space.
Yeah, it's not really the attic. I just like to pretend, she's a crazy chicken lady with stuff hidden in her house. I mean, who barricades a house or a room to your house,
Oh, hold on. Apparently I had missed a moon pearl sighting. Feelies has it.
Ooh, where was it?
Well, it wasn't on Sick Kid, that's for sure. And Bottle Vendor had the moon pearl today. We just have a lot of items coming by quickly, and I'm trying to type them all down here.
Nice.
Yep. That is a confirmed moon pearl, and the pendant. I thought I saw a bit of green on desert. Were you able to confirm that?
I think so. But we'll have to wait for another map check. These guys are mapping very, very quickly. It looks like Cassidy might be heading to like the Sahas hut, possibly. I don't know if he's going to dip into Eastern necessarily, but those 3 quick items here, that's pretty nice.
Alright, and thanks to our trackers, we can confirm Desert Palace is the green pendant. So we don't need to speak to Sahasrara yet, but we are certainly going to raid the closet.
Yeah, let's find a glove and and a book, and we can head straight over there. Ooh, hammer! Wow, hammer and shovel, I think?
Yes, that was the shovel.
Nice little fetch quest. Hopefully that pays off.
Well, certainly helps having a stronger weapon than the sword, though admittedly the sword is still required, for the end of the game.
Oh, yes. We need at least 2 swords, at least the Master Sword, to do damage to Ganon, but that's a painful fight, especially if you don't have silvers. I bet Cassidy is going to check the shovel spot and then head straight up to do Kakariko from the south. Get himself a sword. Ooh, dug up 1 rupee. That's not a great fetch quest.
Saha, are you sure you gave us the right treasure map? We'll make do. Weighty Words has won the trash sword, as the referee calls it.
Yeah.
While Phillies is about to get the Pegasus boots, just has to deal with the mini Moldorms, but with sword in hand, shouldn't be a problem.
I've noticed a discrepancy in health from Cassidy to the rest of the runners. I'm thinking a lot of that was from Kakariko. I'm not sure where else. Like, these guys have a lot of health this early in the seed. It's pretty nice.
All that health did come from the Kakariko area, and thank you, Files is how to pronounce it. My apologies, folks.
Now, this is our first look at Hyrule Castle proper from Weighty. He's taking the long trek through. There's still a few items to be had down here. And with that lamp in hand, you can just head straight through the sewers to get to the back area as well. You don't necessarily need the power glove to get back there.
That is true. Throne Room does have its bookshelf ornament pushed to the side already, so we can just dive on in, clear everything out that way. The question is, do we want to?
Dazed grabs himself some boots. So really, Weighty is the only one doing something fresh that we haven't seen yet. Some bombs. Nothing too special yet from Hyrule Castle. I'd imagine he'll set up a death warp to get back out to the front if he wants to head through the sewers. Not sure he's going to do that yet, though.
Well, I believe Weighty Words does have the mirror, so no need to worry about that. Also,
of course.
Wow, 3rd bot on Lake Hylia Island, but Files is basically running across. Wait. I thought we were going to see the bird lover, but apparently not yet. Instead, Waterfall of Wishing.
A little short on rupees, though. And good call on that mirror. I totally forgot. These guys have so many great items this early on. It's hard to keep up. Single arrow.
Also, we have found 4 of the 6 items in Hyrule Castle already, and 2 of them were big 300s. King Zora's Ledge. Bombos is, by logic, flipper locked.
Wow. Okay, so that's another type of fire source, not to light candles or anything, but maybe a play into Ice Palace much, much later. Oh, unfortunately, Weighty not going to South Shore doesn't have lamps, so he's having to use his sword to kind of figure out where he is in the dark and head through. But He seems to be doing fine killing all these Ropa's snakes, as you will.
Yeah, so what had happened, Files had attempted to store a water walk with the boots, but unfortunately somehow lost it and was unable to pick up Bombos. And the Dark Cross area had the small key, so... Alright, we had a little bit of normal vanilla there.
Yeah, it's pretty lucky if it was in the back. That means that, it would have been glove locked. You would have been forced to use a glove to get back there, past the sewers. He's doing really well in the dark, though. It's unfortunate the lamp is right there, though. He could have really hauled through this entire area, which I think we're about to see Files do himself.
Ooh, also the bird lover under the bridge had ether. So that's 2 of our medallions already.
A couple of medallions down. It's pretty nice.
And we have finally reached the back. Remaining items, bombs, map, bombs.
Wow,
Not
that
exactly a triple, but we'll take.
It's looking like maybe Agahnim's cave out in the desert, or a dive into Eastern.
I don't think we've seen any runner go into Bonk Rocks yet, have we?
Ooh, good call. No, right there by Sanctuary. These boots could be leading to some other logic there, or some other progression there.
Well, it looks like Days Cloud didn't want to head over to Eastern. Admittedly, it is a crystal. Don't want to double dip it if you can help it, but then again, Eastern is one of the quicker dungeons, so if there is a dungeon to double dip, that's the one.
Yeah, and with boots, you can make quick work of it. Not to mention, that lamp could be pointing you towards that vanilla big key chest that's beyond the dark, Maybe that was the progression that the seed is forcing on these guys. Hey, Bonk Rocks from Days. Let's see what this is. Oh,
now
wow.
We're going to Eastern.
Okay, so very good play from Days. The boot's definitely pointing you in the direction you need to go next. But it looks like he's heading up first. Not sure where he's going.
I don't remember if Days had checked what the lumberjack item was.
And with his current equipment, it makes sense to check this out just in case.
So at this point, is either Agahnim's cave or, well, Eastern Palace, which with that bow, we can completely take care of.
Oh yeah, with bow and lamp, the whole dungeon is within logic. Might as well knock the whole thing out while you can. But it looks like we have a little bit more running around to do before we head that way.
That is true, but somehow, someway, this seed has to open up. So the question is, where are we going to get the next piece of progression?
If I were a betting man, I would think maybe glove. That'd be really nice with the glove hammer combo. That's a whole lot of map to check, a whole lot of progression they could have. But they could get trolled and forced into Aghanim's Tower, if they find, say, Master Sword here in Eastern.
Let's go a little crazy. I'm going to say Eastern Palace Big Chest has the Book of Mudora.
Oh, yeah, and then it could, something in Desert could push them into another direction.
Alright.
There he goes. There goes Dazed, heading towards Eastern. Bow in hand.
And Files is about to follow suit.
Nice.
Weighty Words may be our first one to talk to King Zora.
He is loaded. He has twice the amount that he needs. to buy whatever it is. It could be something pretty nice. Not in logic right now, though. So he has to keep that in mind if he gets some kind of progression there. Has to backlog the gates, as it were. Oh, that tempting bombos.
Alright, first chest in Eastern was just the big key, good to knock out of the way early. Well, in the meantime, time to see the king. Life lesson, love lesson, or worth? Love lesson.
Oh, that's painful. I mean, he has plenty of money, but man, that's painful.
Next chest, one of our 3 items in Eastern. But it's just a piece of heart, and already we have 3 of our 4 runners at 11 heart containers. And it's barely over 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of health, whole lot of love for these guys. I mean, you throw in a blue mail with that and some other, minor equipment. These guys should be able to last even in the worst of dungeons.
Mothula can laugh at everyone's health. I don't know. It's the conveyor and the spikes. They get me almost every time.
Oh yeah, and it doesn't matter what mail you're wearing. You run into a spike, you lose a heart. It's just how it works.
Well, my prediction was wrong. The remaining items in Eastern Palace are at the Big Key chest and on the Armos Knights themselves. Also, the telepathic tile that we just saw, a unique item can be bought. We've already bought the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, definitely not buying a unique item from Zora.
And now everyone is in Eastern Palace. But did Weighty Words pick up the bow?
I don't think he went to Bonk Rocks, so he's going to be forced into a double dip of Eastern. At least when he comes back with the bow, he'll be able to run straight through. Of course, okay, that's just a shield here in Vanilla Big Key chest. Depending on... Well, yeah, okay, so he doesn't have to worry about anything. He's going to be forced to Bonk Rocks, for sure.
I mean, he's going to be forced to Bonk Rocks regardless, because that bow is kind of essential, but...
Oh, yeah.
Right now, we're down to 2 locations that have accessible items. Armos Knights and Agahnim Cave.
So one or the other, what do you guys think it's going to be? I think Agahnim Cave, just because it's right there, and who's going to go out of their way for that one bombable spot? Both. That's a great answer. I like that a lot.
Sorry, I saw another funny answer in chat. It doesn't exactly work, but good to know.
Here comes our first Armos Knights from Dazed. Bottom right setup.
I always forget about turning to the left for that one, but it works out. And, of course, they continue!
Yep. But at 18 minutes and 29 seconds, Dazed does get his first crystal. Pretty nice. Also a fetch quest. So we still are just waiting, biting our nails to find out what the next progression item will be from those 2 locations. Yeah.
So, the okay guy, do you wanna do a fetch quest?
I actually do. I hope the mushroom leads into even more of a fetch quest. I'm not sure what else it could be at this point, considering we already have the shovel in play. But it's a link to the past. There's plenty of fetch quests to happen.
Well, let's see what ends up happening.
Yeah, Daze is making a mad dash right there, going straight to it.
And chat is calling for vanilla powder.
That would be amazing. That's more of a fetch quest like I was asking. And they have the hammer. They could head into town and jump into the Bat Cave. Ooh, good call, chat. Weighty looks like he's heading towards his bow right now. I'm pretty sure that's where he's going, is the Bonk Rocks.
Alright, inside the potion shop. Master Sword!
So, are you thinking he'll head to Agina's cave just to make sure, or go straight to Aghanim's tower? It's one or the other.
I don't know. Let's see. Dazed is going up Aga Tower.
Yep, let's go. Let's go. Weighty is making a mad dash straight back to Eastern. So it's a little unfortunate, but he'll be right behind these guys. And Files is getting his. Hey, oh, look at Cassidy taking the warp. Nice. Little shortcut.
Oh, Agina is going to be left alone, and it's entirely possible that we may not even see the Desert Hermit.
Unless he's hanging on to something important, that is.
Now, the one thing we forgot about, Daze Cloud didn't do the front of the escape yet. Files has. I can tell by the money differential. So Files is going to be our first up Aga Tower.
I see. It's good routing from Daze, though, to get all of this in at the same time as he's heading into Aghanim's tower. You know, one less trip from Link's house.
Cassidy is also making the play up Aga Tower. You folks realize that if Agina actually had gloves, that, this is going to be a bit of a, I guess, an ironic situation.
Yeah, what if he has the flute, you know? And then you can make a play up to the mountain, and you have the mirror and hammer, so you can get to the east side. Yeah, I think Agina is going to have something decent. We'll see. I hope he does. I'll say it.
And yes, Chad, I'm aware ironic may not have been the right word. I was struggling with it. Okay, some say it would just be hilarious, but we'll go with hilarious, sure.
Yeah, maybe serendipitous. That's a great way to describe it.
Alright.
Ooh, Cassidy getting beat up by this blue guard here a little bit, getting bodied. This dark maze can be a real pain once you alert the guards to your presence. Also, Weighty is setting up for the quick kill on Armos. Looks good. Nice.
Alright, we have a telepathic tile on Files' side. Let's see if they read it. And they do.
I forget them so much. Cash and what was that? Swamp Palace something or another? I don't even know.
Big Chest Swamp Palace, I believe.
Okay. That's one more location you can skip with that information.
Though, speaking of numbers, chat, let's have a little game that we don't always get to play here. Our runners are about to face off against Agahnim. Assuming a perfect pattern, how many blue balls is Agahnim going to fire? Please put in a number between 0 and 15, inclusive integers only.
I'm going to say 0. I'm going to think it's going to be a perfect Agahnim. I mean, they're forced up the mountain, or up the tower anyway. Why not give them a break?
And by the way, what I mean by perfect pattern, I mean no misses from Files. Or any of our runners, really.
Yeah, that's right. Aghanim's attacks are always the first phase being a guaranteed energy blast, and then 3 50-50 between an energy blast or blue balls, and then a lightning strike, and then it just recycles that over and over. So as long as you don't miss, the worst luck you could have is 15 blue balls. Really unlikely, but it's happened.
Alright, let's see how this goes. So far, perfect play. Agahnim is playing nice. Oh, I spoke too soon.
Oh, there goes one. If he keeps it at 2 or below blue balls, then we'll only have 1 lightning cycle. So let's just hope not to see any more after that. Not a single player went to Agahnim's cave. I feel
And
bad
also,
for him.
and also that was another blue ball that came out.
Oh, yep,
There's another. That's 3.
yep.
And 3 is the number that it shall be.
What's going to be on the pyramid?
And
What do you
that
think's
is
going to be up
true.
here?
Honestly, I'm calling a bait. 20 rupees.
Ooh,
Oh, the cape.
magic cape. Okay.
And let's see.
Red pendant for Pod and blue pendant for Ice. Okay. And then I saw that one of the Fat Fairy crystals was T-Rock.
Eastern Palace was the other one. And also, I forgot to finish the quote, but yeah, 5 is right out.
Oh, yes, of course.
So, interesting decision with routing here. I don't blame Files whatsoever for going into Hype Cave.
Oh, 5 items, consecutively right there. It could be some really nice stuff in here, especially if, especially not having a glove yet, It's worth coming in here and just checking right away. Not paying off yet, though. No pun intended.
Files is not happy with 371 rupees.
Now, will he backtrack to Pod? The pendant Pod? Which does have quite a few items in it. Ooh. That monster giving him a little bit of trouble. Nope, he's going to head over to, I guess, the dilapidated kid on the Stumpy, and then probably digging game.
But note where Cassidy is. They are the first to enter the Palace of Darkness, even though it's a pendant dungeon.
Oh yeah, a lot of items to be had here, and we don't know what's on the pedestal, so...
Oh! Stumpy has the glove!
That's beautiful. And look at this routing, getting the dig spot while he's at it. It's just $1, but still.
Still, having Stumpy with the goods today. Not every day I see that.
I like Files routing here. I like it a lot.
Same here. Let's see what's in the VT cave. Art container? Yeah, we'll pick it up.
Meanwhile, I don't think Cassidy has found anything in Pod just yet.
Nope, just keys and dungeon items so far. And, thanks, Telepathic Tile, you're very helpful today. And in the meantime, Files is going to visit Dampe.
Oh, Dampe, that's great. Having ran 100% a lot, I'm a little sore when it comes to this digging game. So calling him Dampe makes a little bit of sense too. I like that. Ooh,
Titan
look at that.
Smiths on the digging game. That was worth it.
Files making the plays. That is impressive. He can just head straight up into Village of Outcasts now if he wants to. That's what it looks like he's going to do.
Oh, this is the play. Oh, hold on. We are going to take care of the blacksmith first. Not a bad idea.
Get some hammer peg action in while he's at it. It's unfortunate that these guys had to use up their mushroom because they could have used that fake powder glitch in the Batcave, but that's nothing to worry about right now. So much progression for Files. I bet that's the last thing on his mind.
Ooh.
Ice?
Yep, that was ice.
Ice rod. Beautiful item to get for $10. Definitely worth it.
And now, I will be honest. I was watching the blacksmiths as well. I had missed if Cassidy had gotten anything so far in Palace of Darkness. At this rate, we know that the harmless hallway has something. Just bombs.
Yep, mirroring out. I haven't seen anything from Cassidy yet. Looks like Wadey is following in File's footsteps as well as Dazed.
Actually, I'm confused as to why Cassidy mirrored out. That would have been the perfect opportunity to go into the dark maze. But instead, we'll worry about that later. In the meantime, Files has entered and just exited the brewery. Unfortunately, we're only cooking up bombs here.
Cassidy is still looking for that big key before he heads over there, just in case it's in this one location right here.
Nope.
Hey,
One.
it is not. Yep.
Oh, powder was in the treasure chest game.
Okay, so the Batcave is in play.
But first, let's dive into Thieves Town.
Oh yeah, just dive straight in, get this out of the way. Big key in the first chest.
And the second chest, there's the small key.
There's a few items to be had here. Man, they could really use, where are we missing right now? Hookshot, the flippers, some Maria, and possibly one of the 3 medallions. We know where one is.
Yeah, it's hard to say what we know we need a few of those items. Looks like Files just got some money from the bottom chest of Thieves Town. But we are going all the way to the back. Makes sense, we have enough to finish it.
Yeah, have all the gear you need to finish it, but Files is hurting a little bit. He's got to be careful with his health. He does have that red goof from earlier.
Well, don't forget the treasure chest game. We just got powder, and the harmful hallway coming up will certainly have some anti-fairies.
Oh, definitely. Just have to be careful, Something about A Link to the Past. You go to heal a heart, and you lose 2 in the process. See, I like this. Just pop on that magic cape, go straight through. Beautiful play. And he's going to go straight up to check the tile first. Get a hint. Oh.
Wrong game. Let's try again. Alright, Dazed showed at least me the C-shaped house for the first time, and it just had another heart container.
Yep. Loaded on hearts, all of these guys. I mean, Dazed Clouds has what, 13 now? It's pretty nice.
And
Gotta be... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
oh, Cassidy is setting up a water walk. Though trying to do it properly, the way I normally do this with the boots is I try to get on the right side edge to dash down, and then you can just jump into the water, though you also have to jump facing down in order for it to keep. However, I don't remember if you can get damaged during this state, which is just what happened to Cassidy, so I don't know if it's going to be stored.
I believe you can, but if you're wanting to do the double water walk, I believe you have to store it and then just do regular fake flippers into the waterfall. That way, whenever you're water walking to the waterfall by Zora, you can just jump straight off the ledge, and that's where the stored part kicks in. We shall see. I know I've gotten hit a couple times, but he might just be doing this for these, not necessarily that Bombos up there, because, yeah, I don't think he's been to Zora.
Okay, that also makes sense.
Yeah,
You know, it's been a while since I've done this, and oh, there's the blue tunic right before blind.
Pretty nice. Everybody except for Cassidy in Thieves Town. It's that pod play was really put him off of the trail.
And the pun of the day, gardeners like to spring into action. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
I can really dig that pun.
I can't keep a straight face.
Speaking of straight faces, Files just puts down Blind without any trouble whatsoever. And that is 2 crystals.
Blind had a boomerang on their persona. Well, a red one, but we're not going to argue the quality of the boomerang. It is a boomerang.
I like the red one a lot. It does lag a little bit, lag the game a tiny bit, because there's sparkles on it. Anytime there's sparkles in A Link to the Past, you can bet there's a little bit of lag. Look at this sync going on here with Weighty and Dazed.
Yeah, both of them are trying to, quote-unquote, rescue the maiden. They just have to get there first. While it looks like Files is, I see, going to go Mad Batter with Purple Chest in hand.
Yeah, people put off that purple chest sometimes, and it can hold something really valuable, even though it's a little out of the way to take it and turn it in.
Na 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 big heart.
That's 14. These guys might be maxed out by the end of it. Holy moly.
We had at least one runner skip the piece of heart from King Zora, so not entirely. But at this rate... oh, okay, Files did want to go back to the Dark World, apparently.
Maybe a little trek with the chest up north. Check the bumper cave and... well, I mean, they can't get into King's Tomb, but the ledge behind it. You can check those 2 locations up here.
Actually, King's Tomb is accessible.
Oh, that's right. They have everything they need. They have the boots. Why did I think they didn't? That's one of the first things they got.
Now, Cassidy is hoping to take out the Helmasaur King in hopes that the final item in Palace of Darkness is worthwhile, while both Weighty Words and Dazed Cloud apparently are not a fan of Blind's puns.
2 crystals for both of them now. Very nice. While Files is mirroring, let's see where he sets this purple chest down. You can set it in weird places on this ledge and then just lose track of it and not be able to pick it back up.
I think it was set just fine. What is at the graveyard ledge? Flute!
Beautiful item.
Alright, Files has the chest. Now just needs to be careful with... I never understand how people can just push the King's Tomb grave like that, but whatever works.
All you have to do is hold your sword out and hold the dash button while holding up at the same time in front of it. That's all there is to it.
Hold sword, hold dash, hold up. Got it.
Yep. Or if you're feeling fancy, you can set up the spin speed state and then just walk into it. And then you get a weird pushing animation all the way up to the chest. It's really neat. Boy, Files is walking all the way back to town with that flute, and he's just going to flute the chest, probably to 7, and walk it over there.
Makes sense. Alright, Cassidy is trying to take out King Helmasaur, while for the rest of us, please rise. You know what time it is.
After he turns in that purple chest, you think he'll finally go over to Agahna's cave? Probably not. Probably saving that for after checkerboard or something. Routed in with the mire area.
We'll see. In the meantime, Bumper Cave, piece of heart. King Helmasaur, piece of heart. Palace of Darkness was not worth it. And neither was the purple chest.
Oh, yeah. Boy, did you see that with Files? That guy did not want to open it for him with all that going on. And Dazed his head. Oh, there's the flippers on the desert ledge. Nice.
Well, that's a rude location. So in this case, we needed Titan's Mitts to get those, unless Agahnim here was hiding the book this entire time.
Yeah, or, maybe it's hidden somewhere else, but I doubt it. One of those two locations in Skull Woods, maybe. I didn't see what medallion's required for Meyer. We'll get another look at it here in a second.
What we can confirm is, well, this was a required Aga seed. Agahnim only had 20 rupees. Meyer Shed had just a bigger shield, but Misery Mire requires Quake.
Okay. It's the one we have not seen yet.
And so Files is going to go into Desert. Makes sense, we're here.
Yep. Knock it out. A couple of items here to be found.
And the telepathic hint tile as well. This may guide us. Okay, Checkerboard Cave is pointless.
Yep.
In the meantime, Daze Cloud is going to be the first of our runners to enter Death Mountain.
Yeah, and doing so through the glove route, whereas these other guys, both Weighty and, Weighty and Files, they both have the flute. They can just flute up there and then backtrack through. This might be a pretty big payoff, considering all that stuff on east side, plus the Titan's Mitts. They'll have to go the north route through the mountain, but still.
First item in Desert was just some money. I had missed what the lost old man gave, but I'm not seeing chat react in a big manner, so I'm forced to presume nothing important.
See what's inside this cave here for Dazed. Red mail, it looked like? There's something red.
That was the red mail. Also, Desert Palace's 2 items were up front and they were pointless. And so Files is deciding, we don't need the Pendant Dungeon.
That we know of. Dazed, first into Hera. A couple of items to be found here as well.
Alright, first one is the small key. Cassidy now about to learn about the flippers.
Cash requiring specialist. That is the purple chest that we just found out the hard way. And Dazed is getting himself a little drink break or coffee break. Yep, that looks like he's setting it up for that exactly. Nice.
Alright, Daze can relax for a little bit, stretch their arms, stretch their legs. Files is unfortunately having to use their legs a little bit slower than normal because this old man is a bit of a slowpoke.
I always loved that, like, if you have boots in Hyrule Castle, like during Standard, Zelda can keep up with you. But this old man, nope. The frog, he can keep up with you. The old man, nah. He is an old man after all.
And sometimes experience has its downsides. Alright, we now have the big key, and Files did reconfirm that was the red mail inside of Spectacle Rock, but choosing not to go for it.
I'd imagine Files is going to head straight into Hera too, though it is really difficult not to head straight to Eastern Death Mountain with all of those item locations available to you.
And I just realized Cassidy is back in Mini Moldorm Cave. They are forgetting something up. That just talked about the boots in Mini Moldorm Cave. Cassidy is forgetting a location. And we know that Files forgot about the big key. We know that the location that was forgotten about was Stumpy and Dompe's grave digging game, and part of that is due to from where you end up. You defeat Agahnim, take the hammer, go south where the bridge used to be. That's how you get there.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think Cassidy has even went across to do the hype cave yet with those 5 riveting amounts of money.
And in the meantime, Days Cloud took out Moldorm easily. Tower of Hera, primarily worth it for the crystal. And Files has learned their lesson.
They are definitely important.
Yeah.
All right, this is what I've been waiting for. Eastside Death Mountain.
All right. Files has learned where the big key is. While Dazed, okay, top of Death Mountain has just a piece of heart, but instead we're going to dip down into Spiral Cave, Spiral Cave. Dazed Cloud's checking out Spiral Cave. What's it got? Some type of stuff. Hopefully it's good enough. Look out! We are in Spiral Cave. Look out! 20 rupees in Spiral Cave.
It was worth it. It was worth it for the song, if anything.
Glad to know someone appreciates my off-key talent.
It wasn't entirely off-key. Maybe a little sharp.
I can't help that part. Anyway, Paradox Cave. Tempered Sword, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, speaking of sharp. Totally accidental. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah, we'll take what we can get, but there's still 5 more items to get. So we have some bombs, cash. We have a boomerang, we have bombs, and we also have bits. Thank you, the Best Beast, for supporting the Speed Gaming family.
Dazed, setting up the bomb jump very quickly. Probably going to open up the portal at T-Rock to check. Well, there's that one location in Hookshot Cave that you can check by bonking across, and then there's still the 2 in Super Bunny Cave to check.
And, oh, sorry, Base Beast. Whoops. I can't help that one.
You were close.
Online screen names are not easy to deal with in this situation.
Okay,
anyway.
Medallion requirement is Bombos. We know where that is, and it is available.
Actually, Weighty Words picked that up already.
Uh-huh.
And, thank you again, the Base Beast, for your support.
Good guy, Base Beast.
Alright, Super Bunny Cave. More money.
Well, I guess Dazed could head all the way back over to Spike Cave after checking this one bonk location in Hookshot Cave.
Well, do we know if Dazed can hover?
I'm not sure, but man, this is a real painful one. Oh my goodness. We're just gonna say he can. We're gonna say he can hover, but he doesn't need to.
Well, that's excellent timing.
And the fourth sword. Butter sword, hook shot. Wow, that's a brutal location for the hook shot for anybody that doesn't know that it can show up there.
Alright, so with that in mind, we have mostly clearable Ice Palace logic as long as the Cane of Samaria is not required, but most of our runners know of the, Ice Palace bomb jump to skip needing it. In the meantime, Daze Cloud is just pushing it through Spike Cave. Doesn't even need any protection, and there's Quake!
Whoa. So we're looking for Fire Rod and Samaria at this point? Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
Wow. I was just joking when I was saying this is going to be a very short seed. That's quite impressive.
It may not be as short as you're thinking, because keep in mind, we still have 2 items that can be on the pedestal that, are necessary to finish the game, and both Fire Rod and Cane of Samaria could be there.
Ooh, that's a good point. Or they could just be buried deep in any of the dungeons they haven't finished yet.
Oh, Cassidy finally found their way through, has the power glove.
Yep, a little bit of catching up to do, but it's not that big of a deal considering all of this equipment that these guys have. And it's pretty linear for the most part. I mean, once you get those flippers, I guess it opens up a little. But...
Files!
Oh, yeah.
Hookshot Cave providing plenty of emotions.
I don't know why he's upset. That's an amazing find. Especially that, you get gold sword right afterwards.
It's where the hookshot is, that's the problem.
Oh, for sure. And it's nice to see Files heading straight to Spike Cave, now that we know one of the required medallions is in here.
Cassidy, giving us, I don't know if they were trying to go for the letter M or a different letter in the end, but they now have the mitts.
Weighty, having that Bombos medallion already, popping open T-Rock while he's here.
Files is not happy with the finds on Death Mountain.
Aw, useless hint there.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to open up Turtle Rock early, but at the same time, not necessary to at this stage.
Ooh, Dazed is going to be a little disappointed as he runs through this dungeon.
Ooh.
Not a whole lot to be found here.
Alright, Cassidy is about to get the Ice Rod, while I think Files is set up perfectly to go into Swamp Palace.
That's what it looks like. Whole lot of items to be found there. We know that the big chest has some junk in it, but there's still 5 other items to be found.
Alright, weighty words, now has the hookshot, and just calmly moves on. And, folks, the flute was located on Graveyard Ledge. We did have some runners check out Mire Shed for a bigger shield. But otherwise, we couldn't enter it yet because we needed Quake, which was in Spike Cave.
Ooh, man, a vanilla Cane of Samaria? That'd be pretty brutal.
Ooh, there's a good hit. Cash and Mimic Cave, that's one location we don't have to worry about.
All right. Other than files, looks like everybody's just kind of covering each other's tracks at this point. Here's to hoping he finds something good in here. That's one of the items.
Yep, Swamp Palace has 6 in total. We've identified the locations of 2 of them thanks to the earlier hint. So we still have 4 more to go, and I would not be surprised if Westside Swamp Palace had at least one of them.
Ooh, it could also just be a huge bust. Tons of money and, ammo and things like that. But at the end, he's still going to get that crystal. So it will be worth it. It's just a huge time sink if you don't find what you're looking for or one of the things you're looking for in this dungeon.
Let me rephrase my statement. There is likely at least one of the 6 unique items, or unique-ish items, on the west side. Not necessarily an item that'll be useful, just one of the things.
Oh, so they'll need to go over there and check at least for one of those. Yeah. Knowing that the big chest has junk in it, yeah, it's definitely a possibility.
But first, I want to say this is the compass chest that we're looking at right now, inside the map today. Alright, Files is heading in there. Files, I'm concerned about this. Make sure to... Okay, good.
Yep, not flooding the key. Not flooding the key is always a good thing to do. Also, Weighty is right behind him. Well, not right, but he's on his way.
While Cassidy is taking care of Thieves Town, and Daze Cloud is about to be potentially disappointed that unless pedestals required, we are not going to get anything of worth from Palace of Darkness.
I like the routing that Files is using here. Having a little bit of trouble with that jelly, though, getting electrocuted. But as long as you remember not to flood the key, that is a nice little time save, not having to backtrack. Oh no, Cassidy.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate death, and just choosing to save and quit out.
He does have a lot of other places to check. Okay.
Alright. Is there an item of some kind in Westside Swamp? Technically, yes.
Yeah, a little bit of ammo. I didn't say anything about ammo earlier. And half magic? Okay. Okay, a little bit of convenience. That's nice. A little luxury with that half magic.
Well, in this case, we did get a good unique item out of it, so let's not complain too much. And,
Go ahead.
Cassidy loves Mini Moldorm Cave a lot.
I see that. That half magic actually comes into play a little bit with Spike Cave. That's where, what was it, Quake, I believe? The one that we were missing.
Yes, Quake was
it
there.
Does kind of push. Yeah, it kind of pushes you in that direction if these guys hadn't found it already, of course.
Okay, I think Cassidy did pull off the actual stored water walk. Was able to boot down, get the fake flipper on the first attempt. Just needs to, I want to say, enter the Waterfall of Wishing Cave exit, and then just move on out.
Yep, and then as long as Cassidy doesn't bonk or jump off of any ledge, facing left or right, but I don't think that's a problem at this point. Nice.
So that means Cassidy is about to pick up Bombos the unintended way.
Yeah, he's not breaking out of the logic too much. Nice. Stored it really well. Don't get shot by the fireballs, though. You will die instantly. In the vanilla game, you would actually soft lock doing that if you got shot and then moved.
Actually, I thought Cassidy was on solid ground, so that safety feature wouldn't have been needed, but...
I believe it's still technically a fake flipper's state whenever you're water walking. I could be wrong, though. It could spit you out somewhere close by on the solid land. Oh, Dazed is heading into Skull Woods. Fire rodless, but still a couple of items to be found. And Files is finishing off Argus.
With the... Oh, that is a cane, but that's not the cane we're looking for. Looks like the Burna fans are going to be happy. While in the meantime, Cassidy is thinking about Ice Palace.
Nice. Dazed gets the bomb jump for a map. Ah, that's unfortunate. Oh, Cassidy heading straight into ice. This might give us some information as viewers, though.
Oh, a unique item on Turtle Rock.
So, that could be quite a few things, but could you imagine if Fire Rod is hidden in there, like on the left side? Or if the left side is like, yeah, or if left side small key pushing you to Fire Rod. Oh.
Ugh, that would be nasty, but look at Files heading into Misery Mire instead.
I like this play. There's only a couple items. You are still looking for the big key in this dungeon anyway, so you're likely to run into them along the way. Besides Cane of Samaria and Vanilla Mire, it's nasty, but when it happens, it's a good gamble to head in and find yourself.
I don't like that sort of gamble. I would prefer to hold off on Misery Mire unless I felt reasonably confident that it was a go mode situation. Though, admittedly, looking at the map of locations based off of where everyone has gone, Skull Woods, I didn't see any actual items. I don't remember if anyone went to Catfish yet.
Hey, what was that? I wonder what that was. I'm just joking, man. I have been. The reason I know that Vanilla is likely to have something like that is Ice Rod in T-Rock. That has gotten me so many times. I've heard a lot of people get Bow in Eastern as well. So don't put off the Vanilla spots. Oh, hey, look at that big key.
So let's at least put this in perspective. We just found the first item in Misery Mire, and Files just doesn't care, going to basically go mode this place.
Yeah? I wonder if that unique item in T-Rock will be Fire Rod. That would be pretty amazing.
So at this point, based off of the items we found, let me sort of put this in perspective. The missing items are Silver Arrows, Fire Rod, Bugnet, Book of Mudora, and I don't remember if shields or bottles count. That's it.
Even if it is bottles, that'd only be one. You know, I think we know where 3 of them are, right? So it could be.
We do know where 3 of them are, but okay, we have confirmation from chat. Shields and bottles do not count. So that means...
Oh, man.
1 in 4 that Fire Rod is in Turtle Rock.
Those are pretty good chances. Pretty good odds. Some Magic Cape Gold Sword dash strats here from Files. I like it a lot. Put Vitreous down. Oh, just stay invisible and beat him up. This is just picking on him. I see what you did there.
The okay guy, you need to change your name. Because you are not just okay. You called that.
I did.
At the 1 hour... go ahead, you do it.
Yeah, at 1 hour and 4 minutes, a little bit more than that, some change. We are in go mode on the bottom right screen, Mr. Files there. He's boy, he's heading straight to the next dungeon. He's about to go mode ice, while our top two runners are just digging around in ice looking for another item. Oh, actually, he needs to go get Bombos first. What am I thinking? That's a pretty nice seed. It was a really great gamble, too. The last two items he needed, right there.
Yeah, and don't forget, Ice Palace is a pendant dungeon, too.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't even need to go in there. That is amazing. So all he has to do is just go and clear out the rest of his dungeons. What does he have? Skull Woods, T-Rock.
That's it.
That's it. Oh wow. He is on his way. Save and quit. Yep. All right, Files. He had to beat up that hookshot chest. That's what put him in the lead, I think.
So it is unfortunate that I haven't seen any unique items across Ice Palace, but in this case, that's not the way to go. I don't blame our top runners for this play, because again, who really wants to go into Misery Mire for their 2 go mode items, one of which is required to beat the very dungeon you're in? But
yeah, it's a big gamble. It really is. And he made it. He made that gamble. Now he gets to just tear through the rest of these last 3 dungeons and go beat up the pig. All execution from here on out. Great bomb jump from Weighty Words there. I've never seen that bomb upward. Let's see how he handles this one over here. While Cassidy is fighting Colts there, of course. Man, that hurts. Oh no.
That's a huge time loss.
That
Cold
is.
Stare deals a lot of damage, especially with just green mail. Cassidy never got the tunic from the Thieves Town big chest, died before getting there.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna bail on this dungeon. It is a pendant dungeon, and I wasn't counting, but I'm pretty sure he's gotten at least 2 of the 3 items from it. And we know that it's nothing too worthwhile.
In the meantime, Files is going to take out the big nasty moth. Or more specifically, the kind moth and the nasty conveyor belt.
Now, Gold Sword in the vanilla game actually doesn't do any damage to a moth unless you're like poke dashing. But the devs have made sure to shift your sword down to tempered during this fight in the randomizer. Which is kind of nice of them, making sure all the bugs are cleaned up. Ooh, Cassidy heading to Hype Cave, about to get himself a bunch of money.
Yeah, I miscalled the number earlier. It's actually 391 rupees that are going to be picked up from here.
That's a good chunk of change. And Files is off to the mountain for his last time.
Cassidy just looking at that NPC like, seriously? Just cash?
Ooh, careful, Files. About got stuck there in the Waffle House area. But he got through.
What can I say? It's definitely a busy restaurant, especially where I live. It's like there's a Waffle House every few blocks. I wish I was kidding.
Holy moly. People like their breakfast foods.
Yeah, joys of living in the headquarter town of it.
Now, it wasn't Files that opened this earlier, because he didn't. Oh yeah, it was. Look at that.
Files at least went into Hookshot Cave, got the hookshot, but it was Weighty Words that first entered Turtle Rock.
That's right. He just opened up the portal. He didn't open the door. He didn't have Bombos at the time. That's right. He had to take that little detour to go and get that first before heading to Skullwoods. No, he didn't skip Skullwoods. He actually just knocked it out. It was just so fast that we barely caught it. Weighty finishing up Cold Stare. I wonder if we're going to see a blind pool. It's a possibility.
Rate, not likely. I'm not seeing it.
Unless these guys also make the gamble into Misery Mire, which I agree. It is kind of a weird gamble to make.
Okay, I like Files' strategy. Barry causing problems, just blow it up from afar. There's the delayed explosion.
Yep, alright, now you don't have to worry about getting knocked off unless you slash that one while it's electrocuting.
Ooh, Cassidy taking a death. I didn't see if it was intentional or not, but at the same time, I noticed Files skipped the single chest. Sometimes that single chest does have a small key, so hopefully they go back for it.
I imagine he is. That he's just heading this way initially. Nice hook strats to keep from taking damage. Completely invulnerable during the little animation. Yeah, he's mirroring out. He'll probably take the left way around now.
I'm not used to this routing order. I'm used to seeing runners go for the left one first, then top right.
I like doing it the way Files is doing it too. I don't think there's much of a difference other than the mirroring out part. I know that if you have like cape or something, you can just dash back out of the room. Might be a little bit faster. But then again, if you're doing top right first, maybe mirroring is faster. I don't know. Somebody has to time it. Somebody go time it.
Also, Weighty Words is going to take out Lanmolas for just the green pendant. We've already claimed both items from Desert Palace. So I kinda have to wonder.
Oh yeah, definitely a blind pool for the fans. That's got to be what it is.
It's a Saha visit at least. I don't know if Weighty Words actually finished off Palace of Darkness yet.
Oh, that's right. I don't think he has, no. Files having some trouble with the Chain Chomp room. Down to 3 hearts. Getting beat up a little bit. Don't want to take a death in this dungeon.
Not yet anyway. Now, fortunately... Files said it much better than we could.
He does have that powder on hand, though. So he's back to being able to take another hit, at least.
And, oh my gosh, Weighty Words is entering Palace of Darkness to... We are going to see a blind pedestal pull.
That's what I'm thinking. He's probably going to route in a mirror to drop off that green pendant to Sahas, and then head straight into Palace of Darkness. So yeah, after he doesn't find anything in there, you know, pedestal check it is. I hope it's something good, at least.
But hold on, we are first going to visit Saha. What does Saha have for turning in the green pendant? The silver arrows!
Okay, that's not terrible. A nice, very nice luxury item.
But then, what's the unique item in Turtle Rock?
Book of Medora?
It's either Book of Medora
Really?
or the Bug Net.
Oh, maybe it's the net. Then we can get some Agatu Swagnet strats. Get that double triple on him with the net dash.
Well, Chad is getting excited one way or the other.
Oh, Files, you need to be careful. Oh, mirror shield.
That's not unique, not for
That's
our
not
purposes.
it. That's not it. Still cool to find, though. I actually don't like the Riot Shield. It takes up too much of the sprite. All that hard work all the sprite creators went through, you know?
There are some that say that the mirror shield lags the game a bit. Also, Cassidy, I didn't realize we were going into a, crazy dream sequence here.
It's a nice little after effect of triggering the animation of her running into the sunlight and then hitting the mirror at the same time. You can also open up the save and quit menu, and it shifts the colors all crazy. But I think this lasts actually even after you leave the dungeon. I believe.
Well, we're about to confirm. Also, Days Cloud is going to Catfish. I honestly do not believe we've seen Catfish at all.
No, we haven't. Not that I remember, I don't believe so. And yeah, sure enough, Cassidy has diluted the resolution of his game with that mirror during the animation of blind. All right, Catfish, what do you have? Well, File's all ready to try next. I didn't even see him get here. Pretty fast.
Joys of 4 screens. Catfish, big 20. Alright, so let's see. 2 necks down. And there's the third. What is the item that Trinex has? Will we see a unique item drop?
Did he check all of Laser Bridge?
No, it was the first
No.
key. First one had the key, but it doesn't matter. Files at 1 hour 16:10 has all 7 crystals, so you folks know what time it is. We are looking for the big key to Ganon's Tower. It is in one of 22 possible locations. Put in a number between 1 and 22 inclusive integers only. The one who is closest will win a special prize.
What are you thinking it's going to be?
I normally go for 10, but I'm not gonna play today.
See, I like playing, but I always get 2 votes because I'm special. I always say it's 1 or 2. When you go right side Ganon's Tower, it's either a small key and a big key or a big key and a small key. And I've always vote that for everybody because that's the best G Tower you can get. Ooh, Files going straight left side.
Straight left. So number 1 is just 20 rupees, so Bob will live.
Lucky Bob.
So let's see what happens here. We will now have items 2 through 5. 2, Piece of Heart. Connection drop, but I believe it is time for the pedestal. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I was thinking Wayward side. Dazed's head is in Misery Mire now. While in the meantime, Files is using Dark Magician strategies. 6 and 7, no good. In the meantime, Cassidy Moen is still trying to figure out where to go. Files is hoping that Dark Magician pays off. Alright, 8 is the magic number. So, with that, big key at 8, who was the one that was correct in our fun little game?
I sure wasn't.
We have what looks like a virtual tie today. The Dark Lord Sano and God-Awful Shelf. You have both won today by guessing 8. So your prize is a lifetime supply of randomizer seeds. All you have to do is claim them at ALTTPR.com and generate all the sane and crazy seeds that you would like, from standard to open, key sanity, retro, enemizer, entrance, and all sorts of combinations. Again, go to ALTTPR.com to play the Link to the Past randomizer at the convenience of your own home. This offer will keep on staying valid until the next major version, not available in Nebraska.
Yeah, all we ask is you don't play all of them. Save some for us too, okay?
I'm sure we'll make it work.
Yeah, there's enough to go around. Ooh, Files heading straight through the gauntlet here. Just fire rotting everything. One more room to go. Nice.
That's clean.
Very clean.
Alright, folks, get your pedestal hype in chat. We are about to learn what it contained. And this
Come
is a
on,
blind
heart
poll,
piece.
folks. Come on, Book of Mudora.
Yeah, look at Medora.
Come
That'd be
on.
awesome.
Big
Oh.
20. Womp womp.
And the big 20 sleeps again. Dazed Cloud, full clearing Misery Mire. Looking for that secondary item. Without the Fire Rod, having to do this puzzle the long way around. But there it goes.
And ironically, the Fire Rod is located on Vitreous. Files with the Galaxy Play, as I've seen some people call it. Just, going to Vitreous and getting the Fire Rod right then and there, Dazed Cloud is going to be very frustrated upon learning that.
But at the same time, super relieved, because, I mean, Go Mode is one of the best feelings you can have in A Link to the Past randomizer. Especially this early on. I mean, an hour and 21 minutes? That's pretty nice Go Mode. File's having a little bit of trouble with these spikes. Looks like he's going to powder some fairies.
Always a good time
anti-fairies.
always a good time to get some fairies right before you deal with Moldorm again.
Nice, going for the dash through. It's not always guaranteed. Sometimes the hitbox is just like, no, and smacks you right off the ledge. $300? Nice.
Files, you thief! You stole Moldorm's last allowance!
Here we go. On his way to Agahnim, while Dazed is on his way to the Vitreous fight.
And Weighty Words wishing that they could be on their way to Mothula, but Fire Rod's not there.
That's right. These are worth checking, though. Again, a vanilla Fire Rod would have been pretty brutal to find. It's pretty common, actually. But we know that that's not the case in this seed.
Alright, Files getting a triple, single, double as we are about to approach the Big Pig.
Yeah, very clean 3 cycle. Agahnim 2.
Alright, what are Ganon's words of wisdom for the day? I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. What does that make us?
Grumble, grumble, grumble. That's probably my favorite.
I guess you don't know the reference there? Not a big deal. Anyway, it's Spaceballs.
Oh, Spaceballs. Oh, I thought you were asking me about the Grumble Grumble. It's like, that's the original Legend of Zelda, of course.
We crossed the streams there. Cassidy now has the hook shot, while Files is dealing with the 4 phases of Ganon. Distraction, Destruction, Wait, this isn't Wind Waker Rando, pardon me. We are dealing with the floor clearing phase right now. Excellent process right now. And now we're on phase 4, but here's the thing. Only Weighty Words has the silver arrow, so we have to see spin strats.
Yep, got to get this last hit in right here for the third phase. Set up for the torch glitch. Get that left one lit first, and then that right one will never go out. It makes this a lot easier to get spin strats on Ganon.
And Cassidy has just picked up Quake and just stares at it into whatever ether we end up in when we save and quit.
While Weighty Words is heading into Misery Mire himself. He's going to be very excited for what he finds in here.
Alright, files should be close. And wow, that's an excellent example of how to take out Ganon without silver arrows. Get your GGs in chat, folks. For Files has finished.
Oh, hi. Thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
I'll let... Okay, Files said it themselves, but they genuinely earned first place with an official SRL time of 1:26.08. Unless we had an audio swap or something, because, we also had, a forfeit at the same time, pretty much. Cassidy Moen has chosen to, call it there.
Yeah, it's pretty easy in mid to late game forget one or two locations and just get caught up in the moment and get so far behind that you cannot catch up. Where you see both Weighty and Dazed, they also got caught up looking for some locations, but they're on their way.
Alright, Files will join us for an interview shortly. Well, let's see. Looks like Daze Cloud just finished off Skull Woods and is about to head into Turtle Rock. Weighty Words. You're not going to be happy with the Fire Rod location. Our apologies.
Oof. This has been a weird seed, hasn't it?
It kinda has, from the early game routing where we had to, find boots to bow to Eastern to potion to Aga to both Stumpy and Digging Game.
Yeah, and then from there was Ice Rod at the blacksmiths. That's always fun.
Hey guys.
And then the medallions. Oh, what's up? Good game.
Wow, I feel the urge to as soon as we're done here to go buy a lottery ticket.
You were not garbage at all on this seed. So please, at least, not counting that thought, what were your other thoughts on this seed?
Well, I had went to the Zor area early without money. Totally forgot I screwed up the bonks on the water walk. So I was kind of annoyed by that, but it gave me crucial information on Bombos. But it wasn't worth going out of my way to get it because I didn't have Cana Samaria to get into Turtle Rock. So as I got past the mid game and cleared Death Mountain, my choices became: do I go into Skull Woods without the Fire Rod, which sucks? Do I go into Mire without Samaria, which also sucks? Or do I go get my Bombos and dive into pendant, start doing pendant dungeons like Pod or Ice Palace? And I was like, you know what? I really hate looking for the big key in Mire, so let's just go look into Mire, clear it out, and then we'll do some of the other crappy options. And wow, was that the right choice?
Yeah, it led to the Samaria right away. Well, you might as well finish the dungeon, right? Well, there's no harm in that. Did you expect to be go-moding
dive back
out of
in.
that dungeon?
Yeah, like there won't be anything adventurous. I'll just jump back in, and I don't have to worry about crystal switch flipping or anything like that, and then also fire rod.
Yep, and then also go mode, and then you just tore through the rest of the seed. Man, a 126.
Yeah,
Like
if I
on
hadn't
the
been for
button
some Turtle
almost.
Rock adventures, that would have been a little faster. But yeah, definitely. The only way I was gonna beat some of the really good guys in this race is if I made some wacky gambles. So I decided to go for it, I guess.
Oh, and they definitely paid off. I mean, second place is Plasma Kappa with a 128.53.
Oh,
You beat
nice.
second place by 3 minutes with your gamble. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I'd have to say
I
it's
mean, the
pretty
smart
good.
play was like chess per minute, and like following the logic. I think the smart play was going to like doing Catfish, Zora, Bombos, and then going into Ice Palace. If I hadn't found anything in Mire, that was going to be my next play. I think if it wasn't Skullwoods, but the seed bailed me out, I guess.
It started out pretty linear, didn't it? And then it just kind of opened up right there at the Stumpy and Dig game when you got both gloves in a row.
Yeah, when the seed gives you both gloves, I was immediately kind of suspicious. I'm like, all right, well, it obviously wants me to go to the Mitlock locations. And then when I found the blue potato above the graveyard, I was like, all right, something's in Mire. And I don't know. I just went from there.
Well, I've got to say you read it really well. You played really well too. On top of it, good gambles aren't enough to get you a sub 130 in a rando seed.
Not like this.
Yeah,
No,
not
yeah,
like
I
this.
do enjoy. I do enjoy the rando. It's always a good time. And thanks for doing the commentary, gentlemen.
Yeah, no problem, man. You should go back and watch it sometime whenever you're bored. Grab yourself a drink and just watch your own show because it was pretty good.
Awesome.
Your opponents, Weighty and Dazed, they are both on their way in go mode. Unfortunately, Cassidy did opt out because he got left behind early on, missed some stuff, and just
That's
couldn't
always
catch
tough.
back. Yeah, and just couldn't catch back up. It happens to all of us.
Sometimes you just get randoed.
Oh, for sure.
How many of the restream went into Palace of Darkness? If Palace of Darkness had been a crystal, I think everyone would have done it right after Agahnim. But when it was a pendant, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna skip it, and if it bites me, it bites me.
Every other restreamed runner had either single or double dipped Palace of Darkness and did get the pendant. There was nothing inside. And for that matter, we actually had one of our runners, Weighty Words, pick up the pedestal, which was, of course, the Big 20. However,
Oh no.
However, there is a silver lining. Weighty Words did get the silver arrows.
Oh, where were they? I was like freaking out when the Ganon fight happened and no one finished. I didn't even see what his text box said. Where were they?
In Light
Green
World,
pendant
green pendant. Yeah, Sahasral had it.
Oh,
to Sahas. That's right.
yeah. I mean, skipping green pendant was another risk, but sweet silver arrows.
You didn't need them. All those Ganon spin strats worked out just fine for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's going to be it for me, gentlemen. Thanks again for the commentary, and I will see you next time.
Have a good one, man.
Peace.
Now, to get back to these other two runners, Dazed is just burning through magic, shooting off that fire rod, trying to get the second head of Trinex, while Weighty's on his way to T-Rock.
Two necks down, one to go. And
Beautiful second phase.
exactly.
Weighty doesn't have to open the door again. Like you corrected me earlier, he did get Bombos early. So his second, I think, visit up the mountain, he got to just open this right away.
Alright, we can confirm Cassidy has chosen to decline having an interview. We will wish them the best in, we all have our bad seeds, so don't stress about it too much.
Oh, for sure. And Cassidy said it himself in the SRL channel, just tunnel vision. And I think any of us runners of Randomizer know exactly what he's talking about. It's very, very common, especially if you've done a couple seeds in one day. But good on him. Ooh, we have our second runner on Restream entering G Tower right now with Dazed. See how many tries it takes him to get the big key. He'll probably full clear left. I know I would have.
Oh, hold on. This could be just a hope to left check. We don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll continue. Yeah, he mirrored. He's not going to continue right side. Who does that? Other than, people that know how to follow the logic correctly. Bob survives. For now.
While Weighty Words is still, trying to get through Turtle Rock as quick as possible, we may not... Go ahead.
Go ahead. He had a really clean, what is that room? Chain Chomp room there. Just went straight in, hit the switch, and then grabbed the chest and got out. That was really nice.
And Dazed is staying left. This means we will have new chests open to us. Well, not necessarily, I guess they are going to be literally open, but you get the point.
If we find out what we have what, 2 unique items left, the book and the net. If we find one here in G Tower, we know what the other was on Laser Bridge.
That is correct. But at this point, I don't think it's going to matter which one we find, because both are... Well, okay, if we find the net, it may come in handy for emergencies. The book is not going to help us at all.
Oh, no. Nope, I'm just curious. Just curiosity, that's all.
I mean, I'm curious too. Let's see if we get one of them.
Oh.
I literally had to say something. The Book of Medora was somewhere in Turtle Rock. We find the bug net on the way on the left side. There's our full item count.
See, now Dazed is in real go mode. That's what we were missing. A heart piece, a compass. Now we can find Ganon. Ton bombs for days.
While Weighty Words is about to enter Laser Bridge, will we see a... Excuse me. Will we just see the one chest?
Oh.
That's the one chest.
Oh, yeah. He finds that small key. He doesn't need anything else in there. Especially with those silver arrows in hands. He's not looking for anything at this point. Ooh. Yeah, red mail. Taking a hit from a Poke's not a big deal.
Alright. Dazed will be the first of our featured 4 to encounter the Ice Armos.
Armos on ice can get really out of hand if you get down to that last red one and he just keeps stomping on you. Kind of have to gain your bearings and back away from him. Ooh, clean. Trinex first cycle from Weighty Words there. Beautiful. And a clean second phase.
Alright, Dazed now knows it's somewhere on right side, so the question is, which chest will they check first?
I want to see Weighty go full right side and get that big key. Then we'll have a race on our hands.
We don't necessarily know if Weighty Words is going to go full right first.
Oh, I know. I'm hoping. I was actually kind of hoping Dazed would stop in Tile Room too, but who does that? Yeah, knock everything else out first.
I have actually seen a few races where some runners do check out Tile Room. Doesn't happen often, but often enough.
Yeah, if you're in like maybe a tournament match or something and it's a big gamble, you're taking big gambles, that could be it. He's gonna go ahead and... Oh, I thought he was gonna check the rest of those chests.
No, just wanted the fairy, but did pick up an extra small key, so we don't need to take out the mini Helmosaurs at the top.
Yep.
And, oh, Weighty Words is going right side first.
Ah, but then mirroring. Yep. The classic. Dazed, making quick work of the mimics there. I like the little laser damage boost up to the top of the room. That was pretty sweet. I don't know if it was intentional, but it was pretty nice.
Alright, so will Weighty Words go full Dark Magician? Or are we going to see another Armos on Ice encounter? More ice!
Yep, going full West Wing. I was kind of suspecting him too once I saw him clearing out the baby Stalfos as he went through the room checking the chests. Meanwhile, Dazed is heading into the gauntlet. 3 rooms deep so far. Gotta love those conveyor belts. Always fighting against you.
For better or for worse. Unfortunately, I'm not as easily moved by them.
That really touched like the inner cockles of my heart. It was a beautiful pun. I appreciate that.
I can dish them out now and then.
All right, land mode 2. Going just with spin strats, save some of his magic. Speaking of magic, grabs a little bit more out of that pot there in the bottom right. These are some of my favorite rooms. The Wizrobe rooms. They're just so much fun. Not super difficult either. They just look flashy.
Oh, that's how you are supposed to do that quick kill on the second one. Just keep on moving up. You have to face left, then immediately use the block, then move up, swing the sword. Okay, that's what I was doing wrong.
I just kind of wing it, and everything kind of works out. Armos on ice with silvers. Let's see how Weighty handles this. Whoop, missed that last shot. This is what I was talking about. Okay, just the swipe of the sword. Get off of me. Looks like Daze is checking a couple more chests. And hey, look at that refill. Beautiful heart piece refill. Yeah, looks like he's hoping for silvers, but we know that Hasral is hanging on to those.
And that Moldorm has 300 rupees allowance.
Clean Moldorm too. A dash and a quick turnaround slash. Then he's on his way to Aga 2. With a whole lot of money.
Once again, clean dash up to the final room.
Oh, see it though. Ganon pays Troll Dorm well. Yeah, he does. I don't know why that tickled me so much. Ooh, nice double to start out for Dazed on Aga 2. Okay, we have 2 and 1.
Oh! Aga preventing the double, single, triple.
Yep. And then completely whiffing that phase just It was probably that blue ball. Why'd you steal my triple? Why'd you do that? Silly wizard.
Aga just doesn't like to play fair. What can we say?
Nope, he is the geometry boss. Hey, Wadey, going across the cannonball bridge, got hit and didn't fall off. It was pretty nice. He's heading into the gauntlet while Dazed heads into the Ganon fight. Here we go.
Alright, the actual 4 phases: teleportation, bat summoning, floor breaking, then Ganon Rage.
Now, for anybody that doesn't know, these first two phases with Gold Sword only take 6 slashes, so Dazed is really letting him have it during that second phase. Which I can't blame him. This has been a pretty trolly seed.
It's certainly had its unique flair, that's for sure.
Ooh, Weighty Ward's just missing the one cycle with silvers on Landmo 2. Fourth phase for Dazed. Sets up Torch Glitch. Nice. Now a bunch of spins.
Alright, successful Torch Glitch. Let's do it.
It's so difficult to get triples off on Ganon during this fourth phase. With half magic, you can take the chance of pulling out your fire rod and lighting the torch from a distance, but better safe than sorry. When Weighty Words gets here, he might not even go for Torch Glitch with those silver arrows.
Honestly, it may not even matter as much. Besides, there's a full magic container right before Moldorm.
Yep. It's just sometimes with silvers you can, stun lock Ganon whenever you light both of the torches right in the center of the room to get two double silvers off on him. It's not super easy and it's kind of luck dependent, but boy, Daze is really putting Ganon to work with these spins. There it is. Beautiful.
Alright, all Dazed has to do is cross the bridge, and there we go. So, in the meantime, Chad, get your GGs out in celebration. For Dazed, Cloud has finished second on Restream, 8th place overall, with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 47 minutes, 49 seconds.
It's a great time considering the trolliness of Misery Meyer, of all things. Weighty Words heading into Agahnim. Wow, was that a triple? Oh, that was none.
The first one, it is possible to get a triple. I know Files did earlier.
Oh, it's just sometimes you get that double hit. So yeah, it was that first hit or that first cycle was a 3. Cool. Daze is going to come in and talk to us a little bit about the seed here in a moment.
And one more pyramid crash for good measure.
If only that bird would help us out in Dark World any other time. You know?
Unfortunately, for them, that plan just doesn't fly.
Yeah, it's really for the birds, isn't it?
Well, sometimes you just have to wing it.
Birds of a feather flock together? Question mark?
Okay, I think we've pushed it enough. Weighty words in phase 3.
Yep. That gold sword just puts the first 2 phases down really quickly.
And now, phase 4. And with silvers, this'll be... Ooh, unexpected double, and Ganon is in the near perfect position.
Oh, beautiful. Really good shots.
So yeah, one more time, folks, get your GGs out in chat for weighty words. They just have to cross the bridge, and they do so. Official SRL time, 1 hour, 50 minutes, 28 seconds. And in the meantime, I think we have someone who wishes to join us for an interview. Dazed Cloud, GG.
GG, bud.
So, what did you think of that?
This is the first time I can ever I can ever say that the powder cost me time.
Oh?
Because I was routing up from the south, everything was going really well. I finished Thieves Town. Everything's going great. And, oh yeah, I'll get that chest in a minute. I come back and get it. It's powder, and I go, well, instead of going all the way around, which was my plan, which would have led me to the flute and everything, I get the powder and I go, well, let's go back and get the purple chest, and then I just get completely sidetracked and I lose 10-15 minutes.
Yep, trying to get back to that North Dark World, which you eventually got back to it. I don't think you lost that much time to it, but it's so easy to get sidetracked once the seed opens up like it did in this one. It was very linear until those 2 gloves right in a row.
I felt really good that I didn't jump into pod immediately after Aga. I felt really good. I'm like, oh, okay, this was the right plan, and then then it just went wrong for me for a little while. I mean, jumping into Mire there and then finding the fire rod on Vidi that got me back on track. I felt better after that. And all,
yeah,
not a bad seed.
I feel kind of bad because I called the possibility of a vanilla Cane of Samaria. I had no idea there would be fire rod in there as well, but yeah, that was pretty much go mode for everybody on the restream. It's quite an amazing dungeon. I mean, dip into Mire to get both of your go mode items.
Oh, I was sitting there going, ice. Like Swamp came up with nothing. Do you go for ice? No. And I forced myself to just go into Mire and just be like, it's gonna be in here, right? I was like, okay, thank God.
I mean, I probably would have jumped into Pendant Ice as well, just because. Wadey did as well. He actually did a blind pull of the pedestal. He found silver arrows on Sahasrara, the green pendant turn-in.
I was wondering where they were. I saw he has them here.
Mm-hmm. So, any other thoughts? Anything that you really enjoyed about the seed? Because I love this seed. I thought it was really, really well put together, if you will.
I love the gloves. That felt really good. The powder, seriously, I can't believe the powder track, but it was a fun little seed. You know, would have liked it to be 10 minutes faster, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, sub 150, considering how early linear it was and forced Agahnim and all that. It was really fun to watch. 147.48. That's a great time considering.
What was that? That was what, 7th place or something like that? I mean, I can't really get. I guess I can't really complain too much about it, but yeah, I want to be higher.
Definitely not. But your opponent Files, man, he made that gamble so early. Like he went into Mire without dipping ice or any of that stuff, and it just it panned out for him. You could imagine going to Mire super early, like the moment you were allowed to with that. Where was Ether or not Ether? Quake. It was in Spike.
Spike Cave.
What a brutal place! And then that hookshot location, gotta love that.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
Man. Bonking the hookshot. It everybody knows it can be there. It's just it's not very often.
Oh God, no. My day going, guys. So thanks for comment. Thanks for the restream. And thanks for tracking. I know it's hard, so thanks for everything.
Yeah, man, good game. And thank you for putting on a show for us.
GG.
Any last words for him, Wolf?
Just
Honestly,
GG everyone.
You handle interviews much better than I do, so you covered them.
Nice. Why, thank you. Yeah, good game again, Dazed.
Thanks.
So yeah, big shout outs to Cassidy Moen, Weighty Words, Days Cloud, and Files. Please give them a follow if you haven't already. And don't forget about my commentary partner, the OK Guy. You really need to fix your name so that you're more than okay. You know that, right?
Yeah, I should change it to like the OK Fellow or something. I know. I've been needing to change it for a while.
We'll talk about that later. Don't forget our trackers, Revolving Ocelot and Phantom Black Ice, for keeping us up to date on screen.
Appreciated, guys. It's always nice to have little hints and stuff for when we're missing everything early game. Thank you, guys, and thank you, Wolf. It was a lot of fun.
Indeed, but we need to at least take care of some minor administrative stuff before we can wrap things up.
Ooh.
So if you head on over to Speed Gaming, we have a Zelda 1 randomizer tournament match. It is the All Boards, No Swords tournament between Captain Green 7 and Paratroopa.
Sounds like a really good watch.
Indeed, and as far as events tomorrow, we do not have channels known yet, but we still have our daily races, we still have a Wind Waker randomizer match, we still have the Link to the Past randomizer European-based tournaments going on. We have Portal 2, Mario 3 randomizer, the Super Metroid Prodigy tournament, and perhaps more events coming soon. So please, follow twitch.tv/speedgaming along with speedgaming 2 through 6, along with our foreign language restreams available in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German. And in case I didn't say already, don't forget about the Link to the Past Randomizer League, though there is a matchup for that at 9 p.m. tomorrow, but there's a lot. Just follow and try to watch them all if you can, and hopefully the internet companies will be kind to you.
So much content. All the content to watch.
Indeed. Alright, the OK Guy, why don't you handle the stinger or catchphrase or closing thing or what?
Oh, I wish I would have had a pun ready. I would have told it up. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Thanks again to our wonderful trackers. We really needed you guys. And, of course, all of you for showing up and watching and rooting these guys on. Again, Wolf, it's really fun to commentate with you. We're going to have to do it again. And I think I'm going to bid all of you adieu and call it a night.
All right. Have a good night, everyone. Watch out for Moldorms.
Bye.